Hey, what's up? I'm Mr. Honish and welcome to My Flipped Classroom. Today we're going to take a look at the people, culture, and current lifestyles of South Asia. To understand where South Asia is at today, we must look back to the earliest civilizations and empires of this region. The earliest civilizations of South Asia were peaceful farmers that settled along the major river systems such as the Indus and the Ganges. People were succeeding in the Indus River Valley as long as 4,000 years ago. Eventually, a group called the Aryans from Central Asia came and conquered most of South Asia, settling along those rivers themselves. The main lasting impact of those Aryans moving into the region has to be how their language, customs, and beliefs mixed with those of the people already there to form a really distinct Indian social system and the Hindu religion. The social system they put in place, known as the caste system, was a strict social order where people were divided into classes. These classes dictated what job they could do, who they could marry, where they could live, etc., etc. The caste system is no longer followed in India, officially, but there are still millions of Indians that are deemed as untouchables, referring to the lowest rung of the caste system. They are limited to jobs like scraping out latrines and picking up garbage in the streets. Now, Hinduism is the religion followed by the vast majority of the nearly 1.2 billion Indians today. Even though Hinduism involves multiple gods, it is mostly focused on the belief that the entire universe is part of a single spirit, and a person's ultimate goal is to reunite their soul with that spirit through a series of reincarnations, or being reborn multiple times on Earth. Buddhism is the largest minority religion in the region, and focuses on casting away the need for material goods and achieving a state of nirvana. Another religious group is the Muslims, which are largely focused in the country of Pakistan. And Pakistan was actually created to be a haven for Muslims that were the minority then in India. Muslim influence can be traced way back about 500 years to the Mughal Empire. Now, the Mughals may have done the single most important thing for modern history in South Asia, and it has nothing to do with religion. They let the British in. The British Empire expanded into India starting in the 1600s and made it a full-fledged colony by the mid-1800s. The main reason they controlled India was to run something called the East India Company, which, like most colonies run by Europeans at the time, was designed to exploit Indian labor and resources to make Britain fantastically wealthy. That did not sit well with people like Mohandas Gandhi, who led an Indian independence movement in the 1920s and 30s. Gandhi was not directly successful at forcing Britain to leave India right away, but his nonviolent style persuaded millions of Indians to join the cause and also laid the blueprint for nonviolent protesters such as Martin Luther King Jr. in the decades to come. By 1947, Britain was reeling from World War II and frankly quite sick of bossing around millions of people that did not want to be bossed around, so they made India independent. But not everyone in India was super psyched about this, most notably the Muslims that did not want to be freed from British rule just to be placed under Hindu rule. So a partition was created, and in the northwest of India, a new Muslim country called Pakistan was born. Fast forward over 60 years, and now both these countries have nuclear weapons and see each other as their biggest enemy. They constantly keep those nuclear weapons tested and pointed at each other just to make sure the other one knows they mean business. The biggest issue for South Asia today is probably population, though. India has the second highest population in the world at about 1.2 billion. Its neighbor Bangladesh has well over 300 million people, but in a very, very small space. Bangladesh has the highest population density of any country on Earth. How the governments of countries in South Asia, like India and Bangladesh, can figure out how to provide jobs, healthcare, education, and food for these people is a constant challenge. In the next decade or two, it is highly probable that India will overtake China as the highest populated country in the world. Sadly, standard of living has not quite kept pace. Something to keep an eye on, but that's all I have for now, so go study, and until next time, bye-bye.